out.
Hey, what's up, you guys? This is your boy TeladiaPlays. I'm joined by Jared from Comics League. So we are here today to talk about
What's up?
We're here to talk about Absolute Wonder Woman #2.
All right, so I got covers. All right, so I got 3 covers again. That's just me. So I got the regular Sherman cover. I got the Raphael Albuquerque cover. And I got the Stephanie Hans cover. Let me put this down, and then we can pull up the comic. And I believe Taladia. Okay, good. You are back.
Yeah.
Good. All right.
Yeah.
So let me bring it up, and then we can get started. All right. So this is one of the issues. This is why I love Taladia. So he DMs me. He goes, Jared, you're gonna hate this issue of Absolute Wonder Woman. I'm like, what are you talking about? I read it and I loved it.
No, I thought because he hates Steve Trevor.
As do most people. But let's get started. All right, so Taladia, go ahead and share. All right, so Absolute Wonder Woman issue 2. We get an ad for a Tom King book, which no one wants. Then, so what we pick up with is Diana's again facing down that monster, but now she's using her Nemesis Lasso, which looks dope because I like how it's like. It looks kind of like a lightsaber in the way it looks like it's crackling with energy.
Mm-hmm.
And she whips the thing and it actually hurts her. Hurts it. So first off, we also get her doing magic, like she crosses her bracelets and forms a star like a shield. And I just freaking love this image of her swinging it like it's Thor's freaking hammer.
Yeah, that looks so cool when I read it.
That just looks so dope. And then she wraps the Nemesis Lasso around the thing and goes, okay, you'll have your freedom on one condition, leave and never come back. And then it's like, he's like, all right. And then he just leaves. I also just read Absolute Superman #2. We'll cover that later. But
we'll be covering that next week, just to let you know, Brown Destroyer.
Yeah.
Next week will be...
all the creatures retreat, and then Steve Trevor walks out. But I do like how her eyes instantly turn blue. So I'm like, okay, that's nice. And then, we see. So what happened is his plane crashed and he washed away on hell, and then he gets pulled into the river by the Hydra. And I'm like, oh yay! And then I was like, oh yeah, this is in the past. So he has to live. She saves him, brings him back to Cersei. And she essentially heals him, and they do the whole thing where she cares for him. I also do like how apparently, according to Steve, she spoke Greek when they first met. So this is one of the first times we've seen Wonder Woman speak Greek. So I really enjoy that. And we also see a little bit of how tall Diana is, and I'm like, okay, that's nice. And then they reunite in Man's World, and she has her Pegasus, which I love. And so Diana is brought in front of the military commander. What I love about this is, all right, so the commander is talking down to, and Taladia had to go, lost connection because of the internet. We will be experiencing brief technical difficulties, folks. Brief technical difficulties. But anyway, so yes, I read Absolute. I still have to read Absolute Superman. It looked good. Hey, what's up? Why did no? Okay, Cameron, hang on. Don't freak out. Because just because he's in this does not mean she's going to be with him. So Yeah, so don't worry about that. Brown Story says the art is a bit iffy to me because it makes Wonder Woman look weird at times, and Steve Trevor is a skinny, effeminate man. Well, I'm fine with Steve Trevor not looking cool, but just hang in here. And Teladia's back. So what I like about this, Teladia, is that the military commander's like talking down to Diana. What's kind of cool about this is like, all right, this is one of the reasons why I love this book. So we scroll down. So she legit talks down to the general and goes, please understand that any effort to fashion me into yet another arm of your military industrial complex will simply not be tolerated. And I'm like, I'm not a conspiracy guy, but I think this is Kelly Thompson making veiled digs at Tom King's Wonder Woman run.
Yeah, it is.
Which is hilarious. And I'm like, okay, I really appreciate that. Thank you. And I love how the general goes, you dare to? And then she says, yes, I do dare. I love that. And then she immediately takes control. And it's a lot of like, of Diana just doing what she wants to. And I love her just standing over the general. She goes, are you finished? Yes. Here's your problem, Commander. I think we both know you need me quite badly, given what just happened, but I don't need you at all. Perhaps rethink how we'd like to approach this. I just love this. And I love where she's going to go feed her horse. And then one of the soldiers asks, what do you feed a dead horse? Magic. And there she is. She's feeding the magic. And she named the horse Pegasus. And then so then they get this they hear something. And what's kind of what's interesting is so everyone hears like this siren, let's say. Wonder Woman looks up and she basically sees Eren Yeager from Attack on Titan.
I can't believe you compared it to that.
I know what that is. But it is dope. Every single issue is Diana fighting a giant monster. And you know what? I'm like, okay, that's interesting. I will take that. And I love how imposing and impossible this beast is. And I love where Wonder Woman goes, Commander, evacuate the city now. I'll buy you time. And then the commander says, city, you said a mile. I was wrong. And then she goes and fights it. So there you go. I mean, here's the thing. And Britt had this issue too. Just because Steve Trevor's in this book, you had to know Steve Trevor was going to be in a Wonder Woman book. He kind of has to be at a certain point. So the very fact that his inclusion, same reason why I wasn't upset that like Lois was included in Absolute Superman, because of course she's going to be in there. It doesn't mean she's going to end up with Steve. So let's just, so I get why everyone wants to freak out, but let's not do that because that's not fair to this book.
That's why I was like worried. I was like, maybe Jerry would not like it. It was like, oh no, Steve Trevor's in the book. And I know how much Jared hates Steve Trevor being with Wonder Woman. And this could allude to that.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, so after reading the issue though, Jared, I would have to give this issue a solid 8.5 or a 9 out of 10 for me.
I give it a 9.5 just because of all those cool like battle moments and Wonder Woman making veiled like digs at Tom King's Wonder Woman is just priceless. Priceless.
You should be doing Chef's Kiss. That's what you should be saying.
That in and of itself makes this actually, you know what? Screw it. This is a 10 out of 10 book because of that alone. That's it. 10 out of 10 issue. So, and also guess what? We actually have some sales numbers for this. This was for the month of November. This was in the top, this was like in the 6th spot. So it's still in the top 10.
That says a lot.
That says a lot. That's really good. And Tom King's Wonder Woman's at like 43. So I'm like, okay, that's great. And the week that this came out, it was number 1.
Okay, you know, Jared, you know what I'm gonna say right now?
What? Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you, this is gonna be the universe is gonna overtake the mainline universe. I'm
No,
calling
no,
it
no,
now.
no, 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 no. We're not at that point yet where that's even a possibility. This would have to do like numbers no comic book has ever done before in order for that to even be a consideration with DC. Because here's the thing. Here's why I don't think that's going to happen. DC marketed this universe as a different universe from the main one. They didn't say that this was a possible like full-on replacement. Because
That is
the
true.
good part about the absolute universe is you can do stuff that you wouldn't necessarily be able to do in the main book. So it's like that's part of the charm of this universe.
What I also liked about the issue as well is the artwork is still amazing,
Yep, Sherman's a fantastic artist for this.
and I also really dig the fact that how Wonder Woman is just like a complete badass. I hate
Yep,
to say it.
still is.
I'm just like, this is what Wonder Woman should be. This is my Wonder
Yeah.
Woman.
Yes, because when you a Wonder Woman actually doing something as opposed to fighting some vague being known as the Sovereign. Yeah, wow.
This actually gives Gal Gadot a run for her money.
No, 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 no. Heresy, my friend. Heresy.
Wow. Wow. I can't believe you'd say that, but I'm
Yep.
just saying.
But Brown has a question for me. Can you clarify? I want to mention about certain islands, but she lives in hell. So what the? She lives in a part of hell where there are a bunch of islands. That's basically what that is.
Mine it didn't come through for me on my end.
Okay. Brown says, Jared, can you clarify something for me? Wonder Woman keeps mentioning about certain islands, but she lives in hell. She lives on an island in hell. When you see hell in the book, it's like the area where she's at, there's like a lake around it with like sea monsters, and then she's on an island in the middle.
Oh, okay. That's very interesting to know, Jared, of how things go. But by the way, Cameron says, "Hey guys, also no, why did Trevor have to be in this issue?"
Yeah, I know. Don't freak out, guys. Just because Steve is in there does not mean he's gonna be Diana's love interest.
1 second. Comments. Oh, there we go. There we go. It was glitched. Art is kind of iffy to me because it makes Wonder Woman look weird at times. Steve looks skinny as effing man. So that's pretty interesting. I'm not at the moment keeping up with canon Wonder Woman and Superman and Batman. I'm only reading Absolute Universe so far.
Absolute's good.
It's good. It's good that you're reading the Absolute Universe. The more you guys read the Absolute Universe, the more chances of DC saying this should be the direction.
No, they're not gonna. They're never gonna do that, Teladia.
No. It's the mainline continuity, but them putting more effort into the Absolute Universe.
It would at least lead to them putting more effort into Wonder Woman, because here's the thing. Part of the reason why Wonder Woman is allowed to languish because DC does not think her brand is strong enough. Where when you have this in the top 5, again, still 2 issues in, where the main book is like cratering, this shows it's the character or the way she's handled, not the character herself.
Are we gonna say this, man? Even from last week, though, it's like it's really interesting to see where really interested to see where Wonder Woman is going in a direction where she's the protector of the city, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, everyone's not afraid of a dead horse.
Mm-hmm.
You would have thought people would be scared of a dead horse.
Have you seen what exists in this universe?
I know, but
it looks like the horse is helping too. So people are like, okay, there's a woman here with a giant ass sword that just saved our ass, and she's riding a skeletal Pegasus. What else is new?
This makes God of War look like a peanut.
I still think God of War could take her down, but still, I'll appreciate that.
Welcome, Mac. It says, how did the 2017 film made $1 billion did not make DC put more effort into Wonder Woman.
It didn't make $1 billion, first off. And maybe adjusting for inflation, it did, but at the time, it didn't. It made well, I'll put it this way. 2017, it did, but I think what happened is DC, first off, DC put the wrong creators on Wonder Woman, and then 1984 came out and slightly shook DC's confidence in Wonder Woman.
Yeah, it shook Wonder Woman's IP. Let's put it like that. It took Wonder Woman IP to a degree where now everyone is just like, I'm not really digging the direction that Wonder Woman is going. So, but to each of its own. I still believe. I think, you know what, they should, if let's say 5 years time, I think they should make an absolute universe not comic, animated movies.
I could see that happening. That's actually a good idea to promote this stuff.
Brian Destroyer is saying, I personally think the absolute universe is slowly going to Jared's worst nightmare, 𝐂𝐓 and Steve Wonder. Wait.
I don't think so, because here's the thing. Britt has information that will probably drop on the show this weekend that indicates that may not be true. I'm just saying you can't. Let me put it this way, Brown. They could go that way, but I'm saying it's too early to prejudge the story just because these characters are included. I mean, of course, they're going to be in the book. You can't do a Wonder Woman book where Steve doesn't show up at least once.
Yeah, that is true. You're not wrong. Brown says it is going to show Darkseid that no matter what challenges you put in front of superheroes. I think he cut off at that end. I don't know what else he was supposed to say. But I believe, though, I think that the absolute universe and the main, once those two universes, the mainline continuity and the absolute universe cross over, I think the whole ball game will change.
We'll see what happens. That's going to be a really interesting story.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be later down the line, but so Cameron's asking, what do you guys think of Cheetah will be in the absolute universe?
We know that Barbara's going to show up in I think it's issue 3. I'm not sure which one. But as far as like what's like the character's going to be like, I would like to see if they try and make Cheetah good in this universe as opposed to evil in the main universe.
I had a really good idea. What if Barbara Minerva is actually Wonder Woman's sister?
Nope. No. Enough with the family drama when it comes to Wonder Woman.
No, not like a. So she was adopted.
Nope.
From Cersei.
Still doesn't work, dude.
Well, you can see where I'm going.
Yes, but I kind of want to avoid it's a sister, but we're really enemies. I'm like, that's a whole thing.
I don't want it to be enemy though. I want it to be good.
Yeah, but sister, I don't like the idea that everyone has to be related.
Okay. Fair enough. You're entitled to that opinion. So I also checked out Absolute Superman. I gotta say, this is a teaser for you guys for Absolute Superman. I gotta say, I was very, very impressed.
That cape. I saw pictures of the cape. My God, that thing is badass.
We will be talking about more about it in depth next week when we cover Absolute Superman and the Dusk of the Kryptonian Cape. That will be the title for next week's episode. So, because it is the Dusk of Krypton. So, am I right in saying that, Jared?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I'm making sure if I got that right. But I'm also digging the fact that Scott Snyder's also digging Absolute Superman as well. I'm seeing him retweet a
Well, of
lot.
course. Well, of course, because he's promoting because the Absolute Universe is also his universe as well.
Yeah. But I think, you know what, later down the line, I don't know when will these characters cross over, but once they do, I think the Trinity will be the first to cross over.
Yeah,
Then they'll do
most likely, as opposed to like jumping straight to Justice League. Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Brand Destroyer is saying, I personally think that Wonder Woman still needs to have a relatable day job, maybe a dance teacher to something or someone.
A dance teacher.
A dance teacher?
Maybe they make Wonder Woman the archaeologist. Because what they kind of see here in the dialogue in the book, particularly issue 2, is that Diana has been searching for the Amazon. So it could be she's the archaeologist trying to look for evidence as to where the Amazons went.
Mm-hmm. But I still can't believe that tattoo makes it look cool.
That just looks so badass.
And the tiara. We can't forget about the tiara as
Everything in this book just looks so good. And that's the nice thing. Again, this book has 100% remained as my comfort book. Like by a mile, this is like my comfort like Wonder Woman book. Like it is so freaking good. Like this book surprised me with how, because I was a little concerned. I was like, oh no, is this good? Because I was a little concerned. But then when I actually read it, I'm like, oh wait, this is actually really good. It's one of those and Teladia froze. Teladia, you are shaking. I can't hear you, Teladia. If you're reacting, I can't hear you. Okay, well, Teladia's got bad internet, but anyway. So, what else do you guys think about the absolute DC universe? Let me know right down there. What other? But don't you think there's too many archaeologists in the Justice League? For example, Hawkgirl and Hawkgirl. Yeah, that is true. That is true. We also don't know what's going to like go on in terms of like what Hawkgirl and Hawkman's origins are going to be. So there's a number of different ways they could go with this. I'm just saying that's like an area where her being an archaeologist makes sense. That's all I'm saying there. What about Wonder Woman being a model? Okay. That kind of works. Wonder Woman being a model. See, here's why, and Teladia is probably left. Here's the problem with that is that if you go that direction, it kind of like puts Diana like on a and Teladia's back.
Okay, sorry about that. My internet is playing up. My internet is acting up, guys. I apologize. Blame the internet. But so as you were saying, Jerry, that I didn't want to interrupt your thought.
No, I was just saying because the thing about Wonder Woman being a model as a job is that the danger with that is that it contributes to like the whole like visual culture that she's kind of against. I mean, it could work. You just have to play with it a little bit.
Yeah, that is true. So, but I think I think what I would like to see Wonder Woman as a normal job would be an archaeologist. To be honest with you, same as I think that would be the perfect job. But I would also like.
And Teladia's internet is acting up again. Don't you just love when internet doesn't work out? What about a dance teacher in a public school in Chicago? That's actually an interesting idea. Britt and I will probably end up doing a video about this at one point.
Yeah. Hopefully everything should be okay, but I think
now it is. Now it is.
Okay. I don't know what it is. It might be weather today. That's what's causing it. But what I was no, I don't see dance teacher in the public shoes. I don't see that at all. I don't see that. I think archaeologist, but I would like to see more of 𝐂𝐓 in the next issue. I would love to see that.
That'd be fun.
Like in the next few issues for Wonder Woman, we need to see more of her. I feel
that'll be fun. Yeah, 𝐂𝐓. Yeah, I think that she's gonna be like more of like the past, like in like the past until like later in the story. We'll see.
Because she is a pinnacle factor for Wonder Woman in this universe. So.
Yep, she is. So it definitely makes sense. We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens though. But so guys, this is where the part where you guys ask us anything now. It's anything goes. You guys can ask us anything. Because we reached the almost half an hour mark. So let's do a transition. All right. You guys can ask us anything, Q&A, anything goes on anything from comics, movies, video games, and you can ask Jared of comic book knowledge because he is the comic book lord.
Thank
the
you.
Comics League, and look at the library he's got behind him. Look at the library he's got behind him, guys. So you can ask him about any comic, and he'll cover it for you. He'll tell you the answer. I have a question for you, Jared.
Yeah.
Right. How do you feel about the DC podcast that they're doing?
That's a good idea because what DC has been missing, because here's the thing, part of the reason why there's all this like what's the word all this like mass information out there because the DCU is because they didn't have a way to like communicate stuff effectively and like concisely, but with this they can and like get the information straight from the source.
Yeah. Also, I think it's cool that they're having Jim Lee. I remember, guys, Jared has connections at DC right now. Sam Liu, just saying. So I think it's supposed to be interesting to hear what other people beside Jim Lee and other people. I think also not fans would actually be on the podcast as well. So that'd be pretty cool. But I think it's a really good moment for them to take an opportunity to do this type of thing for DC. They need it. They need to one step over on Marvel.
Well, Marvel already had a podcast where they talked about all their stuff. So DC is still playing catch up.
No, but it's not as bad. It's not as badass like this, though, is it?
I don't know if this is badass yet. I don't know if this. I'm not gonna just all of a sudden just call it that.
No, I mean them promoting it not on podcast services, but also doing it on YouTube.
I think they do it on YouTube as well, if I remember correctly.
Okay. Hello Tevia, how you doing?
Tev, what's up?
A Brown Destroyer says, when do you think that all the superheroes would meet in the absolute universe?
They said in about a year, so we'll actually see what they go where they go with that.
Tevia says he's doing well. Okay. Brown Destroyer says, what about history professor?
History professor, I could see for Wonder Woman, 110%. I could. She's had a professor position before in like post-crisis continuity, so they could definitely bring that back.
Yeah. So I saw something on Twitter today, and I wanted to
And more internet issues. Jeez.
your opinion on it.
All right. Yes, I know, Tevia. Technical difficulties, ladies and gents. And he's still not there. Okay, so Zack Snyder said in Rolling Stone that WB wouldn't be struggling to have WB listening to the fans and cosplayers hinting at gun. Yeah. That's the lesson that WB really needs to learn. I mean, we'll see if they're really listening to fans at this go around. They have a chance to turn this around, but the problem is I don't trust WB to do it because it's WB. And since when have they ever done anything smart? Did you hear about Scumbag James Gunn wanting to bring back someone said dead and intent to win an argument? I saw that. The problem with what he said is that I don't think he meant it that way. The problem is, see, here's the problem with James Gunn. He sucks at communicating on Twitter. Like, really sucks at communicating on Twitter, that it leads to these misunderstandings. He needs to work on how he phrases stuff, because otherwise it does look like that.
Okay, so I'm back.
Okay.
What did I miss?
Nothing. We were just going over some Twitter stuff.
Okay, no problem. But yeah, so I saw something in regards to James Gunn's Superman and some promotional work.
Oh yeah, we got logos and cups and stuff.
How do you feel about that?
It looks pretty good. Yeah, he said that marketing was gonna pick up soon. I mean, it's releasing in July, so he better start promoting that movie with how important it is for the DCU. I get why he probably won't. I don't think he's gonna release a trailer. Honestly, I doubt he's gonna release a trailer in December. Here's why.
Go on.
I don't think he wants it to clash with Creature Commandos.
No, I don't think it. I agree with you there. I don't think he wants to.
So that's why I'm like, he's probably not going to drop it in December, where it would clash with any episode of Creature Commandos. And Teladia froze again. All right. Anyway, don't you think Hal Jordan? Do you think Hal Jordan would be killed off or made to step aside using some lame excuse and guns Green Lantern will only be John? Yeah, I'm fairly certain that's the way they're going. I think they're going to Emerald Twilight Hal and then just move on and not have him be Green Lantern because Gunn likes John Stewart, which I like John Stewart too. Don't get me wrong. It's just the problem is you're just bringing in Hal Jordan just to kill him off or turn him into what's the word? Turn him into Parallax. That's not a good idea. Plus, you kind of have to set that up, even if you were going to like do Emerald Twilight, because to do Emerald Twilight correctly, you need to do the death of Superman. And honestly, you shouldn't do the death of Superman again. Yeah, similar. Okay, Tevia. Here's the thing again, Tevia. Beware my power did not fail because it was Emerald Twilight. That's not the way this works. It failed because it wasn't necessarily a faithful adaptation of Emerald Twilight. Just because something is adapting a story and it fails does not mean that's a problem with the story. So why not also bring in a third Green Lantern? Honestly, I'm surprised he didn't try and push Jessica Cruz because she's even more obscure than Hal and John. And I'm like, oh, that would actually work really well because I really love Jessica and I think she'd be a great Green Lantern to use. But no, Gunn is determined not to actually do what I want. So there you go. And Teladia's back.
All right, so guys, we're gonna wrap up here because I'm having internet issues. We're gonna wrap up. But any last minute comments or questions, put it in the comment section and I'll answer them. And I'm sure Jared will answer those questions in the comment section. So Jared, where they can find you or what you're coming up on your channel?
All right, so you can find me at Twitter, Comics League JT, Blue Sky. I made a Blue Sky account, and you can find me there at Comics League JT, the usual. Comics League on YouTube. I just put out my video of if I wrote Wonder Woman. So it's basically if I were in charge of writing Wonder Woman, here's how I would do it. And movie night, we're going to be doing Superman Man of Tomorrow, the first movie in the Tomorrowverse. And then, what else? Super Wonder Legacy, Britt and I are going to be talking about Wonder Woman, A Day in the Life of Diana. And yeah, I think that's about it.
You got the gaming stream as well.
Gaming streams tomorrow, which is Marvel's Avengers. Oh, and I will be having Robert on UTC tomorrow at about 7:30, where we're going to be talking about a version of Lois Lane that he actually hates. Oh, I'm also going to be on Sammy's channel tomorrow at 5 p.m. to watch the director's cut of Suicide Squad.
Our Sammy?
Yeah, our Sammy.
Okay. I'll be sure to be there in spirit or be there in the chat. But guys, as for me, what I got coming up on my channel is that I'll be doing reaction videos for Creature Commandos. I'll be getting them recorded tomorrow and then uploaded on Friday and Saturday. So be sure to check those out. And also the Wonder Woman game video that should be out on Sunday. Just me talking about the Wonder Woman game, if it's going to be at the Game Awards and whatnot. The next week will be another Snyder Fans Read Comics issue where we cover Absolute Superman #2. Hopefully it'll be better than this week in terms of internet connection, I hope. And also the Creature Commandos #3 episode will be recorded and that'll be out on Friday. So stay tuned for those. Until then, and the Game Awards. Remember the Game Awards live reactions that is happening on my Twitch page. So make sure you guys do check me out on Twitch at TeladiaPlays on Twitch. And if you want to check me out on Twitter, it's at TeladiaPlays_. If you want to become a member, make sure that join button it is. And you too can become a member and get exclusive perks, including members first videos and members only panels, which I'll be doing in a couple of weeks' time. I'll be doing a members only panel where everyone, one member will hop on and we'll be talking about the latest news from across different medias. But that's it for me. Make sure you like, comment, favorite, and subscribe, and the notification bell, because when a video or live stream that I do, you will be notified. Until then, Jared, as per usual, say the absolute wonderful for you to come on the show. Sorry that it was a bad, internet situation, but I apologize. And I want to apologize to everyone as well about the internet situation. But until then, we'll try and get it sorted for next week. And we'll see you guys later. So take care and peace out, everyone.
And we are still here because Teladia has frozen again. More technical issues. More technical issues. I'll see if I can check this to make sure that we are out. If not, then hello, everyone. Anyway, if we're still live, yes, damn technology, yes. So we couldn't even leave the stream. Couldn't even leave the stream. I've DM'd Teladia, so we'll see what he wants to do. Because I can't end it because we're not on the same StreamYard account anymore. So I don't know what now, Tevi. I'm just waiting on Teladia because his internet just died. So I don't know what he wants me to do here.
Sorry about that. Now we're ending.
Okay. It's all good. It's all good.